is.
I would think that's bad. Yeah.
Is there anybody out there who thinks it's good?
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you're not projected onto somebody else, you just do what is good for your own opinion, for your own life, which is pretty drastic.
Yeah.
I think it's probably right. It's difficult. You can't just say I'm racist.
Right.
You know, I think being racist is okay, so fuck, I'm gonna do it.
Right. But my question.
It's difficult to draw a line, you know. If you have, obviously, if you
Exactly,
have a book and you have several books that somebody gave to you, and it's more, it's easier to benchmark yourself against that. But that would be cheating,
Right.
Somebody told you, I mean, it's different because somebody told you what's good and bad.
Yeah.
So you can either decide to trust yourself or not trust somebody else. Either way, I think it's gonna be tricky one.
Right. Because the meaning behind my question is, if there's no objective way of me signifying what good is, because how do we know if something is bad? Because good existed in the first place, right? But if there's no source of goodness and evil, how can I go and speak to Stalin and say, hey Stalin, what you did was wrong, when he's saying, no, what I did was good? You know?
Yeah.
You see where, like you said, the line cannot be drawn. Because, and then let's say we might disagree. Let's say now, I love black people, but I'm just giving an example. Let's say I was racist, right? Let's say I was racist. Let's say that was good for me. If there's no objectivism and truth of good and evil, how can anyone come at me and say, hey, what you believe in is bad? Right?
Yeah.
It's my own good.
Yeah.
But then it causes chaos and destruction and confusion, like it happened in the US. So that's really the meaning behind my question. How can we objectify goodness? How do I know that your good is really good? That what you believe in that's good, it's my own good and I should follow that, or I should believe in the same. You know?
I don't think you can. If you could, that'd be great. I mean, it's a social dynamic more than to me, yeah. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's just a social dynamic.
Yeah, of course.
There are sets of rules which are being drawn by a community.
Yeah.
I think religion is one way to say it.
Yeah. But again, I'm against religion, because religion, in my opinion, religion creates more chaos too. Like the Middle East against the West, and it creates division still. So I still don't think religion is the answer, or church or a pastor or a priest. But for me, my example is in the United States. If you go, well, that's almost every country that has a good moral standard. But again, what is good? If we can't objectify good, and we can't really know where it comes from, right? But if we go to America and you kill somebody, that is considered bad, and you'll go to jail. Why? Because there was a law, right, made for that in which we know. So what I'm saying is, okay, we're relying on human intellect to know, okay, what is good and evil. Yeah. But I'm saying in terms of life in general, where does all that come from, right? That's my thing. Because I struggled with those questions, and again, yeah, bro, because I love you. Like I definitely want to challenge just your faith again. So my other question to you would be, in your opinion, what is it that created all this?
What? All this that we see?
Everything. Me, you, everything.
Now answer your question with your question. Why do you need to know?
Well, that's a good question.
That's the thing. That's probably why we might be different here.
Right, yeah.
Because you might be looking for something other people might not.
Right.
Even the classic existentialist questions like, who we are, why we're here, where we're going, is there life after death?
Yeah.
Some people might not ask those answers. My mom is more real to me than anybody else, so I just decided to.
Right.
into what I got right now.
Right. So if I could answer that, if I could attempt to answer that question you asked me, everything that we see in creation has purpose, or in other words, functionality, right? And the second law of thermodynamics in science states that everything in the universe goes from greater complexity to least complexity. So which means, for example, this iPhone that I'm holding, we created this iPhone, right? So that means that we have greater complexity and the iPhone has least complexity. But now the iPhone does have functionality, just like this train has functionality, just like the trees have functionality, even the grass has functionality. So even us being the most complex beings, how come it's so hard to answer this question? What is purpose? What is my function here? And that's why it's important. You ask me, why do I need to know? Because that question becomes relative and substantial when I don't know where I come from. When I look into creation and everything has purpose and functionality, but when I look deeper inside of my heart and my life, I'm like, I don't know how to answer that. And then you can create your own purpose, I can create my own, and that's why there's chaos between good and evil. There's chaos between why am I here and where am I going, where did I come from? These are all questions that everybody has, you know. So why do I need to know? Because I need to know why I'm here, you know, how I can find purpose, how I can find meaning, how if there's something out there, how can I have relationship with that, you know, and how can I love others, how can I do good? But how do I know what good is if I don't know where it came from? You know what I'm saying? So these are all questions that I struggled with, that, you know, I think everybody at any point becomes an atheist just because they go through stuff, and, you know, these are core questions and valuable questions that people have, you know, in their life. But, you know, bro, like I told you, just, you know, like I love you, and that's why, like, I just want to challenge that, because I feel like, let's say you're right, okay? If you're right, then my life has no meaning. We're gonna die, and that's it. We're molecules that came from nothingness.
Yeah.
We live in nothingness, and we're going to nothingness.
Yeah.
But if for some reason, you know, there is a God, and there is a Jesus that is the way to the Father that created you and loves you, then now there's something, now there's purpose, right? What I believe, there's purpose, and now there's something to be accountable for. You know what I'm saying?